Good morning to everyone. I'm Olesya Belyankina. I'm from Russia, and I'm an official ambassador of Ambassador Care, and we're going to talk about it today. Our topic is how can we increase our sales if we know our methods, sales methods. Our perfumes have three classifications, and I'm going to talk about it at greater detail now. Here, you can see the bottles of our perfume. Here it looks like how it looks like. There are three bottles. This is the toilet paper, eau de toilette. So this is a type of a perfume where we have 10% of aromatic oils. What is the benefit of this category of perfumes? Eau de toilette is quite strong, so you can smell it for 24 hours. It is rather light. It cannot be very heavy. It doesn't have a remaining smell. Normally, it is used daily, for example, in going to work. For example, if you know that you are going to work together with other people in the same room, so in that case, it is better to have very light smells. For example, in our collection, it's numbers 121, 22, 125, 327. These are the examples of those light perfumes. So that is why if we know that we're going to stay in a closed room, we have to follow the perfumery etiquette, politeness rules, which means that this perfume should be nice not only to you, but to those people who are with whom you are together. For example, it shouldn't be a case when, for example, you love the smell and the others hate it. So that is why this type of concentration of the fragrance, as we have in the toilet paper, toilet water, this is perfect, because in that case, it is optimal for such a city. So, and it is going to stay for 24 hours on your clothing. Why is it important? Why is it important? For example, we have some evening fragrances here, some very strong perfumes. And if we have such smells that in some cases, sometimes the smell on your clothing stay for 7 days. Okay. And the problem is that if you start with this very persistent smells, then you try to buy, for example, a toilet paper water, and you are surprised that it's too light. I really think that it is better to recommend eau de toilette to teenagers, to young people. For example, in Russia, quite a lot of young people, teenagers, they start using different smells. And for example, when they start going to exercising to a gym, in that case, it is not recommended to put on some heavy perfume. It's better to use eau de toilette. I know that in Europe you have some new smells, and I think they would be quite popular. And these new perfumes, new smells, they are quite interesting, quite recognizable. And if we're speaking about this, how can we sell eau de toilette, perfumes, how to attract your clients? You have to know how much those uh, aromas, fragrances, how much do they smell, how much do they cost in a shop. And I have a look on this site of a shop. For example, Marry Me, an excellent perfume. Have a look, how much is the retail price? And for example, Molecule 2, how much is that? Or for example, how much Kilian costs? 150, 125. They are very expensive niche fragrances. They are very expensive, both in Russia and in Europe. And for example, you really literally have to look on the sites of the shops and see how much those fragrances cost. For example, Tom Ford, 103 and 326. This is the Tom Ford fragrances. This is a very expensive niche, which costs 10, 15 times more than our perfume. What is the benefit of our perfumes? That they're very similar to the originals, but the formula of these fragrances uh, and they are produced in Brno. But this formula is a bit different. So the perfume is very much like the original, but if you have a look at the notes of this perfume and you can see the content and you see the content of the original, you can see different notes. But you shouldn't be afraid of that. Although the formula is slightly different, but the smell is very recognizable. So that is why if clients came to us to see a recognizable smell, they know. So that is why our task is to show those fragrances uh, and to show them the price difference, that they would see that in a normal shop it is going to be 10 times more expensive, but our perfume is still recognizable, of a very high quality, but uh, but it's much. We don't have phthalates. What is a phthalate? It is a chemical substance which is very often added as a fixative for original perfume to persist more. They add phthalates there, but phthalate is a very unhealthy substance who can disrupt your natural processes. So, but while our Enjoy Care perfumes are very natural, and we have to repeat it to our clients. What is our advantage as compared to the perfume sold in a shop? This is the one. And knowing the prices, I wonder, do you have your personal chats with your client? For example, if you're working in your small chats with your own audience, with your own clients, but very often in a telephone, I make a screenshots of a price in a shop, and then I show those prices in my chat to my clients. So that is why not only you should know the price difference, but you should show it to your audience, to your clients. So that is why I think that the system of the client chats is very, very useful. I'm sure you have it already. The second rule of big sales, that is the feedback. Recently, I made the same presentation in Russia about sales of perfumes. And what did I recommend? All of the partners who are present now, I'm going to give you a small exercise. After this presentation, you are going to go to your own chat and you can see the site of the Enjoy Care, and you'll see that you can comment, make a comment about each of the perfumes, each of the fragrances. You can, for example, write that this is when I noticed this fragrance and I loved it, and how people complimented me and asked, what is that? And for example, I use now the fragrance 307. I love it, and the smell is very persistent. It stays on your clothing up to 7 days. And the thing is that all this feedback which we have on our site, we have to renew them constantly and add there's something new. So that is why when you go into your personal account after this presentation and you'll make a comment about your favorite smell and write there about how you love this favorite smell of yours and so on. And in this way, you are going to extend the library of these feedbacks on the site. And it is really great. And so next time when you're going to explain to your clients the benefits of these perfumes, it would be great that not only you love this perfume, it is very high quality perfume. It's very similar to the original and it's very persistent. And if it is really so, then write about it. And when you show this feedbacks to your clients that not only I love this smell because I'm a partner of the company, but quite a big amount of people love this fragrance, and you can see the feedbacks, these opinions, 1, 2, 3, 4. It is great. In this case, we 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 are sort of proving your audience, a potential client, that it is really an excellent fragrance. It is a very good brand and it's a very high quality product. And in this case, a client is already on the verge of making a decision. So that is why feedback is really stimulating sales. I, for myself, personally, uh, made a kind of theory how to explain how to sell perfumes. I'm not quite sure whether you have videos in Europe or on how do you sell perfumes. Maybe write it to me in Czech or in Italian. If you have some perfume videos, because I saw that some of my videos were translated into Italian, they work really very well. Selling perfume, you should do it like that. Here is our price. Our perfume is very similar to which perfume? What is the price of the original perfume? Opinion of the clients. And if you have videos explaining those perfumes, it's very good as well, because that also supports the sales. We have to sell the perfumes from different directions, surrounding our clients from different sides. I'm going to answer questions a little bit later. To be able to sell a perfume and to do it very successfully, there is another rule. You have to be a user yourself. For example, this is my personal collection. I have 125, excellent, very fresh. I use it in summer. It's already a little bit left. This one is 307. It's in Siberia. It is very cold. I live in Novosibirsk. It's quite cold. It is very snowy. It is excellent to use this time of perfume in winter, in the cold weather. 02 is an excellent perfume. I am going there to the office somewhere when there are quite a lot of people, but I don't want to overwhelm people with those smells. So that is why it is my daily thing. And at home, I have 10 bottles at home. They're opened depending on my mood. So normally I use 10 to 13 perfumes, depending on my mood. Maybe you don't need that many, but it is quite beneficial to have 2 to 4 different fragrances, different perfumes, to be able to use them depending on some circumstances. You have a date in the evening, you use one perfume. During the day, you go to the office, there's something else. And so if you're using different fragrances, those people whom you are passing by, with whom you are together, they're going to notice those fragrances sooner or later. Your goal is to smell nicely and pleasantly every day. So that is why you have to have, so to say, 2 to 4 different perfumes at home. We have this day-to-day collection. You have classical collection. We have classical collection. I have a rule. For example, in the morning, I'm going not to put on any makeup, but I'm going to have a perfume. In my bag, I always have a bottle of a perfume because I don't know where potentially I can meet a potential client. For example, people are asking me, what sort of smell do you wear? And that is why I have to explain to that person and show them this bottle that I have my own perfume business. I use this smell 310. It is produced in the Czech Republic in Europe, and it is very similar to Sergiof Ergapur. So, and I'm show this bottle and apply this fragrance on the wrist of this interested person. If you're using the same method, in that case, you're going to always have a bottle of a perfume with you. And if you are talking to this person, you have to leave this perfumery trace for that person. If we are going to impress the person with a perfume, you have to put it on, not on the skin, on the naked skin. There's no sense. Why to put it on this naked skin? Because we have different types of skin. There is cold skin and dry. And in that case, this perfume is going to stay for a long time. But there are not a lot of those people. The majority of people, they absorb those smells. And so that is why the smells on my skin disappear very quickly, because I have this type of skin. In half an hour, in 1 hour, in 2 hours, the perfume is going to be absorbed by the skin. But I'm trying to put this perfume on the clothing, on the cuff. In that case, the smell remains very persistent. I have quite a lot of cases when I put this perfume on the coat, on the sleeve of a blouse, whatever, on a cloth. People left me, and the next day they wrote to me, Lisa, my blouse until now have the smell is 309 or 103 and whatever. It is amazing. Is your perfume so persistent? Yes, They are excellent. In that case, people trust me even more because they feel it that yes, the smell is there the next day, the day after that. So that is why it should be your rule. Don't put this drop of perfume on their wrist because this smell is going to disappear very quickly within half an hour or a couple of hours. Put it only on the clothing. If you're going to use, put this uh, sense on the clothing or on a business card. I'm going to explain it later. In that case, take some of the perfumes which are the strongest. And I recommend to always have them on you. Even if you think that this smell is too strong for you, if you don't use it personally, but it is quite nice to always have it with you, because in that way you can prove a potential client how persistent, how strong is your smell. The strongest, the most persistent smells, which I recommend to have at least one of them, to use it as an advertising for potential sales. 103, 307, 308. Some of the more persistent. 309 is very persistent. 325 is very, very persistent. 133, 148, leather. 326 and 24, 324. What else? And probably that is all. If I recall something else, I will tell you. But even this list of those perfumes which were available, you have to take one. And when you want to prove the persistency, to show the trail, the flume of this perfume, you have to use one of those. If you're going to use a very light fragrant, like 124, it is a very light, breathing. In general, this perfume stays on your clothing for a day or two, not 7 days. You're going to have a flume after that. It is going to stay on your cuff for a day or two, but it is not going to have a wow effect. How persistent, how long this perfume stays on your clothing. And 202, this is one of the men's 299, 280, 284. They say that even after washing the things, you can still feel the smell. So that is why I recommend you to use this list, which I just quoted. How can you show how good your perfume is? Make a business card. There's nothing there in particular. You can put in your number, telephone number, your name. The main secret of this business card is that it is done with a linen paper. It is not it is somewhat porous, this paper. It is a bit of a paper which you use for the watercolors, because normally painters who are painting with watercolors, it is very porous, which absorbs the liquids. So this is the right type of paper. So that is why if you want to produce or to have those type of perfume or business cards manufactured, I recommend to ask for the paper for the watercolors. It absorbs the smells, and you say that here is the smell 307, Serchov Herbapur, and and this and the price of this perfume, the original, is 350 euros. It is very expensive. And our perfume is about 15 times less expensive. And if you give such a business card to a person, she's going to put it in his bag or in a car, and everything is going to smell for a while. Everything in a bag is going to smell, or in a car is going to smell. And one of my acquaintances put it into a passport, and she is laughing, and she says, "I can trace the smell of this perfume after 2 years when I open my passport." And our communication or business relationship started when I put my business card with the smell 300 and fragrance 315. And after that, after she put this business card into her passport, it smelled for 2 years. And you can put it into, for example, into your purse. It's an excellent working instrument, highly recommended. To be able to sell your perfumes, you have to use it yourself personally. And it is better that you have more than 3 perfumes. One of the most persistent perfumes should be together with you all the time. You have, I recommend you to use business cards and put it on the clothing, and you have to talk about it, about this perfume. We in our business are earning money by promoting a product. How do I do it? I say, I use it personally, I show it, I make some videos about. We have now social networks. There are people who are watching our stories. You have to show that you really use it. You have to show that not only you personally use it, but that others are ordering those perfumes from that. Other people could be impressed by the fact that others are buying that as well. Sometimes, or very often in my chats, I'm sending the information that, dear clients, I'm going to be today in the office picking up your orders. And in a couple of hours, I post a video report where I am showing what I bought for my clothes. For example, that men's perfume 206, excellent male smell, Jai Elysium, and it's the price is over 300 euros, a very expensive smell of a high status attractive male. And I'm telling, this is an excellent luxurious smell. It is quite expensive in the shop. And my clients took it for this amount, and people see that others are ordering perfumes from me, and they see how I'm unpacking things. People are interested and they start buying it. So that is why if you are posting something somewhere, if you have your own chat, if you are explaining people about different perfumes, please do show people what others are ordering from you, what numbers. The more often you're going to talk about a perfume using different social channels, the more turnover you're going to have. In Greenway, we have a very bright assortment, but in my team, I'm a partner, I have my own team, and in my team, there is a golden rule. If we are promoting a product in chats, in social networks, explaining something to our clients, for example, there's a new product of the client and we're explaining, and the evening is being finished by a perfume. Every day, by the end of the day, in all my messengers, we are going to say a couple of words about a perfume. So daily, we are saying something, promoting a perfume. For example, how much it costs in a shop, how much it costs at Greenway by you. You can show the videos, you can show feedbacks, maybe your own feedback, and it is going to make people interested. They're going to listen to you, watch you, and you will understand. They will understand. Probably if you say, promote this product daily, maybe there is something about it. Maybe it is quite interesting. So that is why if you want to sell more of the perfume, you have to stay concentrated on perfumes. Obviously, in Greenway, we have a very bright assortment. Obviously, we're going to show about some pottery and excellent fibers, about any excellent cosmetics. But our goal is to learn how to sell a perfume. So that is why we have to concentrate on perfumes, because there is a golden rule. If you're focused on that, in that particular area, you're going to have a growth. If you're focused on fragrances, on perfumes, if you want to understand better how to work with them, in that case, this business is going to develop very quickly, as if Greenway is a perfumery company. In my business, when people asking me, Alisa, what are you doing? I am saying, I have my own perfumery acre business, because for me, Greenway is a perfumery business, because Greenway has quite a lot of perfumes where you have quite a lot of money is to be made. Perfumes give you quite a lot of points in your accounts. You see how profitable it is to sell perfumes. This product is not that expensive, but it is not that cheap, and you can get quite a lot of points. This product is very popular. It is not gender-oriented, not age-oriented. Teenagers are buying it, older people are buying it, men, women. Some people are going to tell you, some people would tell you, I'm using only originals. I've heard this many times. I say, okay, good, excellent. If you have this opportunity, bring your original to our aroma testing. Come to me and we're going to compare your original with our perfumes, our fragrances. When I am promoting a perfume, I always say our fragrances are very similar to original, up to 97, 98%. I'm never saying it is 100%. It is quite important not to say that. I'm saying 97, 98%. And if a client came to me with a perf and with really sense slight difference, for example, our perfume is a bit sweeter than than the original, and so on, or a bit lighter. But I'm asking, is the smell in general similar? Yes. And there is a minor difference. Yes, there is a minor difference. So that is why I've told you in the past that our perfume is somewhat slightly different from the original. It is not just one-to-one. It is not a perfect copy. There is a slight difference, but some fragrances, I cannot really smell the difference, like 315. I'm I'm comparing it in the duty freeze with the original, and my nose cannot discern the difference. The same about 307. 143 Imperatrice Dolce Gabbana. 3 times people were bringing me originals from Dolce in Gabbana, and the clients who had the original, they were sniffing the perfumes and saying, how come it is the same smell? At the, so, in the shops, very, very often they're selling perfumes, but they have only 10% concentration of the fragrant oils, while it is called eau de toilette. It could be up to 20% of the essential oils. So it is quite a rare thing in some perfume. Baccarat Rouge 440 is this written extract. It is 1.5 times more expensive than normal Baccarat Rouge. Why? Because the concentration is higher. For example, I was comparing 202 with a male client, and we decided it is the same. Dior Sauvage. It is so similar to the original that the owners of the original cannot say the difference. 150, I think that our version is a bit fresher and the original is a bit sweeter. There is some slight difference. Ours is a bit fresher, but it's quite interesting, and the price is very attractive. You're going to have this that smell is a bit sweeter, but it is 10 times more expensive. And pricing is a very good argument. Even if there is some wild sale in a normal shop, it is going to be still much more expensive than our perfumes. I see that we are talking already for 40 minutes. I'm going to round up my presentation. Please do talk to your clients about perfumes. Explain to them that I have a perfumery eco business. You are owners of your own mini shops. You're working directly with the producer, because Greenway allows us to get our perfume Enjoy Care directly from the producers. And you don't have to be shy and present it like that. You have your own perfumery business, and that is why you have such attractive clients for your prices for your clients. And you can forget to put on your makeup but never leave your house without your perfumes. Take a bottle of a perfume together with you. And very often, when you show someone your perfume, people return back to you. And another secret, when you're talking to people about different perfumes, and they want, for example, some very light, very gentle smells, but at the very end, I'm going to, can I please show you five the most popular perfumes? They are the best in our collection. Everyone likes them. And maybe you would like them as well. Although this woman probably wanted something lighter, but still, I'm going to show her as an information 103, 307, 315, 309, and 112. These are the top 5 most sellable smells, at least in Russia. I'm quite interested in the statistics in Russia. If possible, I'm going to share the statistics with you. And these fragrances are the most popular. And the top perfumes, you have to tell your clients about the newest perfumes. You are going to tell them these are the excellent fragrances. Buy 1 or 2 of these new fragrances for yourself, for you to go and you have a trail of this excellent new perfume. You're going to tell, oh, this is a new perfume. Toy Boy Moschino, I think we have. And people are paying attention to your smell, that every day you're smelling something different and they're going to order it. I'm going to round up my presentation. I hope that I was able to share my ideas, some useful information, which would help you to earn more on perfumes. So that is why talk more about perfumes. All the best for your attention.